So, I'm posting on the same day. Grandpa, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Look at his bald ass head. Bald ass head, bruh. Bald ass head. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, Mom. Okay, sorry. How about we watch some Tyler Vitelli? What do you think? Let's watch some Tyler Vitelli. Tyler Vitelli shit. This video gets 5 likes, I'll start doing gay porn. Joking. It's a joke. I'm not doing that shit. Let's watch some Tyler Vitelli. Wait, it's YouTube. I got confused, sorry. Damn. Also, I tried a little bit of the Olive Garden soup. It's good. It's good. Now, who's ready to watch some Tyler Vitelli? As you see, I'm not signed in, so whatever. Oh, this seems interesting. After this, we're watching Tyler Vitelli, by the way. What time is it? It's 4:30. Skip survey.
What is the deadliest job in America? Well, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor, the most hazardous occupation fluctuates between logging and commercial fishing. In any given year, these industries can expect about 1 out of every 1,000 workers to die on the job. Of all the possible career paths in modern America, this is pretty much as deadly as it gets. Unless, of course, you're willing to think outside of the box. Because in the United States, there is one job whose fatality rate towers far beyond the others.
Let's watch this. This seems interesting. Very interesting, I say.
Across 250 years of our nation's history, only 45 men have ever had the honor of being president. And of these 45 men, 8 have died on the job, representing a fatality rate of more than 17%. To put it another way, getting elected president is roughly equivalent to playing Russian roulette with 1 bullet loaded in the chamber. Out of everyone sworn into the Oval Office thus far, 1 out of 6 would not live to see the end of their term. If you're misfortunate enough to die as the president, your legacy will go down in one of 2 ways. You will either be immortalized within the essential fabric of our nation, or you will be quietly forgotten as if you never even existed. Whichever outcome you receive will mostly depend on your cause of death. If you die of natural causes, almost no one will remember you, and those who do may only ridicule you. This was the case with the very first president to die in office, William Henry Harrison, someone who was evidently quite eager to lead the nation, as he concocted the longest inauguration speech in American history. Unfortunately, this may have directly contributed to the shortest presidency in American history. After speaking for 2 hours in the frigid rain, Harrison soon caught pneumonia and died just a month into his term. In the present day, anyone who knows him only knows him for this. Zachary Taylor was the next president to bite the dust in office. Just 16 months in, he contracted an intestinal disease after drinking some rancid milk and died shortly after. He is another president
Oh
who
my
has been
God,
almost
what a
entirely
stupid
forgotten
death.
by the American public. If anything, he was better remembered for his distinguished military career than anything he did in the White House. The same cannot be said for Warren G. Harding, who was somehow even more of an afterthought than Taylor, despite
Okay, this is
serving
boring. Let's actually watch Tyler Vitelli. I watched that. It's actually kind of.
There is a single
Word.
page in the first. Is your roof leaking?
Hey Tyler, why are you wearing a hat? No reason. Did you get a bad haircut? No. Okay, then take the hat off. No. Take it off. Take it off. Fuck. Hey Tyler, why are you wearing a 424-763 424-763. That is the phone number I got a call from one day that I never should have answered. Because what happened on this call would lead to me doing something I'll regret forever. And it all started one night where I'm laying in bed scrolling, and I get a call from a number I don't recognize.
Let's
No
watch
names,
some
no
Tyler
locations,
Vitelli.
just numbers, the way scam calls usually look. And listen, I'm sure you've done this too. You see a number you don't recognize, you let it ring, you go right back to whatever you're doing. That's exactly what I did. I didn't even think about it for another second. But the next day, I'm laying in bed once again, and I get a call from the same number at the exact same time as the night before. Now at this point, I'm still not worried. People spam call all the time. But this number
I'm
called
watching
me
this
back
from my
at
tablet
literally the
right
exact
now.
same time as the day before.
Same as you
Should've
little
been
Timmys and
these
Big
are
Timmys on
told
your
me
phone.
Something was off. But I still didn't answer it because that's how you get a 45-minute call about your car's extended warranty. And I don't even have a car. Well, I do technically, but it's in the shop because I hit someone last week. But anyways, so the next day comes around, and sure enough, right on time, I'm laying in bed, and the number calls me for a third day in a row. Except this time, they don't just call and hang up. This time, they leave a voicemail. I got excited when I saw they left a voicemail because I was thinking,
Ooh, finally, I'm gonna get to hear the voice of my secret admirer.
I'm trying to guess what the voicemail will say. I get a lot of calls from random numbers that think my name is Armand, and they always ask if I'd like to sell my house. Don't know why, but I was thinking it would be something like that again. So I press play on the voicemail, put the phone up to my ear, but it's not what I'm expecting at all. Because there's no voice saying, hey, this is Sam, give me a call back whenever you can, thanks. No, this was nothing like any voicemail I've ever gotten before. Because what I hear instead is screaming. Not like a jump scare fake movie scream, but a panicked scream that sounded like it was coming from a real person. I want to tell you that's what made my stomach drop, but it wasn't. Because the worst part came about 15 seconds into that minute-long
Interesting.
voicemail, when in between the screaming, I hear my own name. Clear as day. It sounds like this. And it's coming from a voice much closer to the phone than the person who was screaming. When I heard my name, I sat up in my bed so fast, I almost gave myself whiplash. Because this was how I knew it wasn't a scam call, and it wasn't the wrong number. Whoever called me knew exactly who they were calling, and they wanted me to be scared. At that point, I had two options. Block the number and pretend this never happened, or actually try to figure out what was going on. And listen, I know what you're thinking. You're saying out loud,
Block the number, you dummy! Why would you even think about responding?
but you have to understand, once someone screams your name into a voicemail at midnight, blocking them sounds like a great idea, but this was not my thinking. My thinking was,
What happens if I block the number?
Dumbass.
This person who called me was dangerous, and they were trying to do something to me.
that thought being in the back of my head was enough for me to investigate further into the situation. So I told myself,
If they call again, I'm picking it up this time. I need to know who this is.
that decision right there might be the dumbest thing I've ever done. And I've done a lot of dumb things. But before that, I did try to actually be smart about it for like an hour. I Googled how to find out who an unknown number belongs to, but I ended up in the most useless rabbit hole of my entire life. Every single website wanted me to pay $20 to unlock the information of the phone number who was calling me. Now I knew those websites were probably scams, but I still tried using 3 of them out of desperation. And every single one of them gave me different information. One site said the number was registered in Ohio, another said Nevada, one just straight up said,
Unknown carrier, unknown region.
even though I literally paid $15 to use that site. I even tried searching the number directly in quotation marks on Google like some kind of detective, just hoping it would pop up on a scam call forum out with someone else saying, "Hey, this number's screaming my name too." But unfortunately, I got nothing. Not one single result. So now I was really scared. And I'm anticipating the next day because I know exactly what's coming. Of course, that day comes around, and at the exact same time, once again, the number calls. I recognize it instantly at this point. So I take a breath, stare at the screen for a second, like I'm about to jump into a pool of cold water.
Interesting. Interesting, for real, bro. Interesting.
About 5 seconds go by without anyone saying anything, and then finally, just like in the voicemail, I hear screaming again in the background. Except now, it's live. It's happening in real time on the other end of this call. It's a girl's voice. And after about 10 seconds of just holding the phone in silence, listening to this, I finally cave and say something. Hello? Who is this? But literally the second those words leave my mouth, the screaming stops. Completely silent. And that silence was so much worse than the screaming. Because the screaming stopping the moment
Interesting.
I spoke told
Very
me something
interesting.
I really did not want to know. This meant that the person on the other end screaming could hear me. This wasn't a recording. This wasn't automated. There was a real person live on this call who now knew I was listening. So I asked them again, who is this? But this time, I get an answer, just not the kind I wanted. Because the answer wasn't a word, it was a loud bang. Like something got knocked over or slammed, and then the call cuts off. I sat there just staring at my phone afterward, replaying it in my head, trying to think about what that bang could have been. But there was something about how sudden it was. Right after I spoke, that made it feel less like it was a reaction to me speaking. It felt like whoever that was on the other end got startled when they heard me talk. My heart was going so fast at this point, I could feel it in my ears. I'm sitting there staring at my phone like it's about to explode in my hand. I think about blocking the number right then, like it's gotten too far at this point. But then this thought hits me.
What if blocking them makes whoever this is angrier?
They're obviously crazy, and I just knew if I did that, I would be so paranoid about what could happen next, so I didn't block it. But the next morning, everything changes because I'm eating breakfast, half asleep, when my mom sits down next to me and goes,
Stop calling me.
that obviously sparks my curiosity because of what's been happening, so I say to her, Mom, what are you talking about? And she goes,
This same random number has been calling me every single day this week.
I'm pooping bricks at this point because of the phone calls I've been getting. So I ask her, have you answered any of these calls?
No, I just figured it was one of those scam things. But they keep calling me at the same time every day.
I ask her if I can see the phone number to confirm if my worst suspicion was true. She gives me her phone, I check the number, and it was the same one that was calling me. You could see the shock on my face when I saw this. So my mom asked what was going on, but I didn't tell her what I'd been going through with that number because I didn't want to spook her. And also, how do you even start that conversation? Hey Mom, so this number that's been calling you has also been calling me for the past 3 days, and they keep screaming on the other end and also whispering my name into the phone. Don't worry about it though. And at this point, I know what everyone's thinking. Tyler, you're a YouTuber, someone just got a hold of your phone number and they're prank calling you. I wish that was what happened, because what actually happened was way worse. But I just told my mom it was probably some scam thing and to block the number, which she did right there at the table, completely unaware of what that number had actually been doing.
So,
But something
yeah,
shifted in me the second
I
saw
hope
that
I don't
number
get
match up. This
copyrighted
whole
strike. I just
time,
wanted you guys to watch some Tyler
something
Vitelli.
I could handle or
Oh,
ignore or
sorry,
block
sorry.
and walk away from. Sure, it was scary, but there was also part of me that didn't feel like it was a big deal. But now, they had my mom's number too. And if there's one thing you need to know about me, it's that you don't mess with my mama. This was when I was still in school, so by that point, it became unbearable to go to class. I remember just sitting in school one day, staring at the clock. Not because I was bored like usual, but because I knew exactly what time that call was coming. And I couldn't focus on anything else until it happened. My friend noticed I was acting weird and asked what was going on, so I told him the situation. He told me I should report it to someone. The police, or the Explorer, anyone that's good at solving things like this, you know? But there was nothing I could tell the police that would do anything. This phone number hadn't threatened me by this point. They were just saying my name, which is creepy, yeah, but not illegal, I think. So instead, I just wait for the next call to figure out my best option. And of course, that night, they call again. I pick up, and it's the same screaming, except this time, I actually say something, trying to sound intimidating. Mostly because I was thinking about them bringing my mom into this, and now I was angry. I tell them,
If they call again, I'm gonna call the police and report whatever this is.
right when I say that, they hang up. No banging,
Horrible
just
choice.
For about 30 seconds, I actually felt like I won. Like I had scared off whoever this was, and it was finally over. But that didn't last long, because about a minute later, my phone buzzes again. Except it's not a call this time. It's a text with a picture attached. Multiple pictures. The first one is of my house, the front of it. The second picture is the back of my house. And I want you to think about how that feels for a second. A person who had been calling me and screaming into the phone every day has also been standing outside my actual home, taking pictures close enough to get clean shots on both sides of it, and I had no idea when they did. I zoomed in on both pictures probably about 50 times, looking for anything. A reflection, a shadow, any clue that could tell me who took these pictures. But there was nothing, just my house. Then I see the third picture. picture. And this wasn't my house at all. This picture was some kind of tunnel.